Oh, welcome back to Old Ridge. Alright, do you want the good or the bad news first? Well, let's do the bad news first. Well, the other day I had to have a medical to keep my Class 1 HGV licence up, and I failed. I can still drive the tractors and private vehicles, but I can't drive lorries anymore. It's a bit of a shame. As you might know, I've got the multi-back over here. We're going to look after the animals today, and this is the best one to do it with, so I thought I'd give it a clean. Chris hasn't got the facilities to clean it up where he is, and I don't really want him to get out with the bucket and sponge, so I said I'd take it and just do this up and just give it a clean. Right, good news. You heard from Kylie. They're coming home. They just cannot get on in the area in the states they are. Well, Richie wasn't going to come home. She was saying they were looking for a new job, either in America or somewhere else in the world. And I suggested, well, I explained the situation that I'm going to retire fairly soon. Why don't they come home here? And she agreed. Well, she talked to her husband first, that they chat it over, and finally they decided, yes, it made sense to come here. She's a partner still, and they both work on the farm. Well, until he can get a job elsewhere. They're going to come home in the spring, so I can't see any reason now how I can find an excuse not to retire, except I need to get all these loose ends tied up with Crawford Browns. And we still haven't heard Tom. Well, only that message he sent to his wife saying he was okay, don't worry, which of course made her worry even more. You know, that's what always happens. If you tell someone not to worry, what they're going to do? They're going to worry. But the vandalism has not stopped, but it's not happening as often now. And we have got a police presence up there every now and again. They go up there in this area with the hills and mountains around here. We've got a small squad who ride off the road motorcycles, and they have been keeping an eye on it up there, which may be what's happening, why it's slowed down a bit. Or I like to think it might be something that Tom's done. I'm certain he's involved. I can't prove it, but I'm certain he is. Any road. It seems that things may be going right for once. But I'm not going to speak too soon. Well, I told the wife, and I'm now telling you, that come the spring, I officially retire, maybe slightly earlier. There isn't that much to do this time of the year anyway. We're now in winter, early winter. Be nice if it was actually to stop, sort of Christmas time. And actually at Christmas, without having to get up early to look after the animals. But we do need someone else back first, because I suppose Paul can't do it. We're not 100% certain if Tom's going to be back yet. Let's get this on in. Go and put some silage in there. Should be about right. Soon find out. Have we gone too far? No, we got it almost spot on. There you are. I'm an expert. Something. What should we do first? So we leave the TMLR to the last. We do some silage around the place first, I think. Fill everywhere up what needs it. In fact, I might go and do the sheep first. Yes, go fill them up with silage, and what we've got left over from there, silage. Fermenting silo can go into the other animals as we come back down. Yeah, so things may just be coming together now. There's still a lot of comes and goings around Crawford Brown's, the old lumber mill where they live. There's still a lot of solicitors and some shady looking people turning up there. Just wish I knew what was happening. I'm nosy like that. I just think by the time I've done this is going to be dirty again, and ain't going to actually be clean for Christmas. And as you see, we got all the potatoes done, all sold off. And with a few costs that went out in the last month or so, we're not that badly off. 121,000 in the black. When was the last time we were that far in the black? Yeah, we want TMR on all of them. I'm going to do the solids first. This will be for the sheep here. I want the TMR actually in the pens. Look, I seem to be getting a lot of slow saves at the moment. Well, I can say if I leave now that we're not that bad off. All the fields are harvested, some are ploughed, and some aren't. Don't think I'm going to worry about the ones that aren't. They will need something to do in the early spring, late winter, early spring. Well, that depends again if Tom gets back. Certainly, Kylie, when she gets back, she will be able to get on with that. And if her husband's here as well, so much the better. I had a walk over the other day and saw Justin and his family. I had a walk, I took the bike over there, and broke the news to them that I was going to retire. He was actually quite shocked. He didn't think I'd ever retire, but I've been doing this for around 60 years. I started on the farm when I was 10, not full time then, of course. And since then, I have worked on this farm almost every day, except for when I got married. And we had a long weekend off for the honeymoon. Yes, that's all I had. And I haven't actually taken any time off since. I've been remarkably fit, so I haven't actually lost a lot of time through illness. I've always managed to stagger in some way. There's been times when I've been the only one here. Oh yeah, oh dear, they are empty. Ooh. If we can do it from here. That's the problem when you leave things to get on with other jobs. Oh. I think we might have just slipped off with the brake on. Try again. Yes, we did. Well, we used all that. I think we better put some more on that. I hope we've got plenty in there. In the silo, because I thought it'd just be a top up. If that's bad like that, what are the rest like? Water don't seem too bad in here anyway. But have a look at the water. Yes, I think I've got a full day's work looking after the animals. Luckily, to say everything else is done. Just put the brake on, have a quick look around, see how much we've got in here. Too late now to do another cut. Oh, we're not too bad off. Too late now to do another cut of grass for the silage. So what we've got there, it's got to last us through the winter into the spring when we get our first cut. I suppose you could think of that if you only have to measure. I've been drunk, i.e. half cut, never mind. Yeah, you're all going to miss these jokes, aren't you? I'm certainly going to miss the work, but the wife has found plenty for me to do, she's told me. And why doesn't that surprise me? This trailer's a little bit heavy for this tractor, but I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, don't tell me it's going to take two lots. Whoa! That is a lot of silage going in there. Luckily we've got plenty down in the bins back on the feed store. But originally we got this old fermenting silo to deal with the sheep, because it didn't make sense to run loads backwards and forwards all the time, so we decided several years ago now to put this in. Can't remember exactly how many years, but that was several. I think we might almost empty this out. We're creeping forward again. No, we got another load there. Well, that'll be up to Paul and Kylie to sort it out, and the setup of the new partnership will be. I will still have I will still be a partner, but not a full partner. When my grandson reaches 18, he will get the majority of my shares. And it will be up to him. If he wants to come in, he can. If he don't, I told him he must give the shares equally between the other partners. He's only 13 now, I think. Hard to keep up with them, they grow up so quick nowadays. And Kylie and Paul will be equal partners. And I think, if that's okay with the others, we'll give a small amount to Tom. Good grief, I still want more. Let's see how full that is now. Shall we? Just remember which is which. Animals, sheep. Well, 96,000 in there, that should do. We want to put some water in there. Productivity is way down. So that 15%. Oh, there. The other stuff. TMR, oh, we've got TMR on both of those. And water. Just already, just have a look at this. Yes. Oh, muck is in there. I think I might leave clean out. See if hopefully Tom comes back and he can get the job. Yeah, I think we'll finish up there now. I think we've done enough to the sheep. We all want to put some water in, but I've gone back and get the water tank, and we'll do the rest of it first. I didn't actually check to see how many bars we had. Hold on, have a look. Oh, we're almost full. We're gonna have to do some bios. Do those fairly soon, I think. But I won't do them right now. I must get everything fed first. Well, so much for doing all the animals with the silage from here. Oh, after we finished the potatoes, by the way, we took Chris and his family out for a meal at the pub. It's cheaper than the hotel. Don't tell him that. I'm a cheapskate. Mind you, I think he already knows. And we had quite a good evening. But I will say this, it will be nice to see Kylie back again. I know Paul will be grateful to have her back, because at the moment I'm leaving more and more to him to sort out. But I just act as a farmhand. Oh yeah, I was talking about Justin, wasn't it? Well, he's got all his crops in, that's what be expected. You know, he doesn't grow a lot. It's mainly for organic. It's mainly the stuff he grows. It's a little bit to give him some money, but the rest to look after his animals. What should we do first? I think we'll put TMR in last. I think I'll get some silage out and do the no, we'll get some straw to do those. We don't actually need, if you think about it, but silage in anything other than the sheep. Everything else can happily take TMR. We'll get some straw and just move around. I'm certainly not going to miss these early starts. No, it's no 7, but I started at 5 this morning. Had to wash down this a few months. But it's good of Chad to let us use the potato harvester. I'm fairly certain it was just an excuse that he said it had to be we're underneath that he wanted it tested. I'll put the brake on just in case it runs away from under the spout. Can't see on this one. It's actually better to do this with one of the bigger tractors, but you can see easier, but I'm not going to worry about that now. Right, here we go to do straw and everything. I'll start this end and end up with the sheep. If I end up with the sheep, I'm down there, I might pick a... Now, we've got plenty of silage, no need. I was thinking about bringing some silage back, there's no actual need. Let's get rid of the prime counter. See what muck there's in here. Oh, that's not too bad. I think we can get away with that for a little while. But we're almost out of straw. And they're getting short of TMR. Well, like I say, they're almost out of straw. They don't need a lot of straw because aren't open. And to come out of character for one moment, I will probably finish off on this on early winter, and so there'll be a few episodes we see near at the same time of year, just so you know. Right, that's the piggies done. Get the cattle done next. Easiest way to do this. Not coming behind here, I suppose. Well, probably some more ready to sell by now, but also I should really do some milk. I think when I get to the dairy, I'll swap over the milk trial and we just go and get rid of our milk. That's it, that's full again. I think we're going to get through everything without actually using all this up. Nothing takes too much straw, but the cattle will take probably the most. It's only actually the cattle and the sheep, and the lambs to do. The sheep don't need any straw. They are all a bit low on feed. Well, it's because we've been busy trying to get the harvest in. It's the one problem with a mixed farm if you're trying to do it almost on your tide for whatever reason. It's a lot easier. Like when Charles was working for us, it's very much easier then because we used to use Charles as the animal specialist. I think we might go and do the sheep first, actually, or the lambs first, because I've got this horrible feeling that the cows will probably take all the straw we've got. I am going to stay on the council. I decided that someone needs to who looks after the locals' interests. Also on a Christian, mine is early as they're not open yet. Usually open about 9 o'clock time, this time of the year. At the harvest itself, they're open anything from 5 o'clock on. I know I'm not doing this the most efficient way. Mind you, there's no real efficient way of doing the straw. All the water come to that. But it is right nice to have all these animals and that fit and healthy and all the crops in. I should really collect the eggs, but I haven't done that yet. Yeah, Darren should be about by now. See if I do some milk. I think that's next on the list as soon as we get back to the cattle. And probably fill them with straw, or whatever straw we got left here. If it fills them up, the rest of it will go back in the mixed feed. I should imagine that I want some. One thing I can see happening without me here is there will be probably a baler and bale handling on the farm. Not being, well, I told you the tale of the father and this farmhand who lost his arm, and one of the old type balers. They're not as bad as that now. Don't want you to run away with the idea that they are still dangerous. They are dangerous, but not as bad as it used to be. Before you got all the interlocks and safety devices are built in. Yeah, sheep you can eat again. Mind you, they haven't ate all the grass up yet. Very fussy. our animals, they very rarely eat the stuff in the meadows, in their paddocks. Lambs, I always like lamb. Always been my favourite that time of year. That's it. So we've got 27,000. Don't fill the dairy up. It's gonna get it close, I would have thought. I wonder if that tree will go in the middle of this yard. It was one my grandfather actually planted near the end of his life. So just why that stays there. Because Kylie and Paul won't have the same feelings towards it as I've got. And the toad patrol. You've seen those toad signs up there. Well, we do have a toad patrol. It's a local nature group. During the toad breeding season, they help the toads across the road. And the frogs. From the grassland here into the river. And let's see if we can get lost for one last, almost last time. The wife has already decided what we're doing. Since we retired. Mid-spring, we are definitely off to America. She is over the moon at the... I can't say blame her. It's no real life for a partner in farming. All your thoughts go towards your farm. It's been my all I've been thinking about for the last not 60 years. First few years I didn't. Certainly the last 50 years, that's all I already thought about. It's a farm. Will this work? Will that work? No, I should better drive through it. I'm careful. We did. Oh yeah, we still got some straw now. Whoa. Yes, I did let everything run a bit low. Yeah, we've got the TMR still to do. We won't do that in this episode. I'll just sell the milk in this episode. And I think we'll call it there. And when you come back again, we'll finish off. If I leave that here, just unhook. At least we got a lot of the muck out. We didn't get it all out, but we got most of it out. Well, what we've got there now, because I think it's been produced since. There'd be enough muck from, I would have thought, to about muck the fields. We have done some already, of course. This is why I hope we did leave the trailer tucked back enough so I can get round here, alright. It's a bit late to think about that though. Oh yeah, they have got water. I'll take the well back. There we go, we'll put the brake on. Yeah, we'll get the milk round to Darren. And that will be the lot. So this episode, I think we're... Ooh, I wonder how much more we've got. Let's have a look. Tell me their cows. Milk. We've got another full load there yet. Oh well. We will be giving them some money to start. I will be taking out some money out of the business. I think I'm allowed to. Oh, I don't want to go this way. I was suddenly thinking about going to Descartes. That would have made your day, wouldn't it? Me getting lost. And I think too how the farm has expanded. And it's not all my doing, it's been everybody involved in it. Charles, Paul, Kylie, Justin for a short while, Tom. All have played their part. My wife, mother-in-law, and just lately, Darren running the shop for us. And just lately Chris, of course, giving us a hand when we want it. Are we going to make it? So as you can't actually see back properly. That's my excuse when I miss. Oh no, we got it. My word, sir. Aren't you all rather surprised with that? Anyway, with that I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, how about subscribing? I like the end of this one, and I think this is the last regular series from anyone to be run on FS15. I will be running series on 17 and when it comes out 19. We're almost there. I don't know if there's a max where you can take a milk. Oh yes there is. Oh we'll be alright, I was only 23% full now. I'm going to take this over back to the farm and start loading up the second load of milk, and that's where we'll carry on next time. And you might as well stay with me while we take it down there, and I'm absolutely delighted so far. I haven't got lost, haven't crashed, managed to back into everywhere I wanted to. There's something wrong with me. Perhaps of being told that I can no longer drive HGVs has done something. Improve my general driving. I doubt that somehow. And of course at 7:30, early winter, not many people are about. I'll be getting ready to go to work now, but there's not that many people knocking about this time of the day. Which is probably as well the way I cut that corner. And of course I've got the silage too over at the BGA to come in a bunker of that. Well, I think they're going to be very well off. So I think if I take $250,000 out of the business to see me through my declining years, together with what we already got, I have to talk it over with the others. I don't want to take too much out. Anyway, I'm not going to start filming that now. I'm going to take my screenshot. What's it? Which is here, this will do. Been a big part of the farming life as the parlour. Right, with that, it's Merman saying cheerio. Oh, any comments, questions, queries, I forgot that. suggestions, or anything else you want to chat about, feel free to post it on the comment section. And with that, it's me saying, but getting close to the last time on this series. Cheerio for now. Cheerio.